Hello and welcome to WMT Reviews. I am Wiseman Tanofsky, and today we'll be having a look at the first of the Generations Combaticons with this Combaticon Brawl. Now, get the fluff out of the way nice and quickly. The Combaticons are a team of combining Decepticons whose primary function is devising and executing perfect military strategy. And together they combine to form the mighty Bruticus. And this is Brawl. Brawl is commonly known as being the hothead of the team, and it's generally believed that the rage that burns through Bruticus generally comes from the fact that he's got this bubbling, seething cauldron of rage in his leg. Now, Brawl is, as you can see here, a Cybertronian battle tank. Very nice mould. He's moulded in the same style as his Fall of Cybertron look, but this isn't the Fall of Cybertron version. This is the retail version, so you've got very, very animated colours going on in here. Now, as you see here, the turret can spin 360, but that's really the only posability you're going to get out of it. And the detailing is very nice. You know, you've got quite a lot of visible robot syndrome underneath. But aside from that, and aside from the goofy colours, it's actually not a bad representation. Now if we come in here and pop this off, Brawl is supplied with a very pea-shooter looking little Gatling cannon that mounts in between his two primary cannons, which will also become his pistol, and will also become the basis for Bruticus's sonic cannon when they're in combined mode. There's nothing special about it, it's just a little gun. Now, on to the transformation. It's quite simple really, just a deal of pulling bits apart and waiting until the right shape forms. Pull the legs out down like that, spin them round, flip out the little feet, swing. Come up here, rotate the arms around, pop out this, move it up to the top like that, and then rotate the entire shoulder round. Do the same on this arm, bring it up, rotate the entire shoulder round, flip out the hands. Position the cannons behind his head, and speaking of the head, reach in here and gently, very, very gently pull it up. And here you have Brawl in his rather basic robot mode. Some very simplistic paint apps all over. He's still cast in this rather bright and headachy green, with bits of black dotted here and there, little details in silver in the chest there, and the Decepticon symbol emblazoned upon his chest. Now, I do like Brawl. Brawl is one of my favourite Combaticons, but this is one of those figures that I really think benefited more from the Fall of Cybertron colour scheme than the retail release. Also, I mentioned that you need to gently pull this head up because it's got a very loose ball joint, and said loose ball joint can sometimes cause the head to pop clean off, and then it is a very serious pain and a very serious bottom to get it back on again, because the panel on which the head sits is obviously designed to flip down during transformation, and you try applying a head to the ball joint when the platform insists on flipping back down again. I actually had to stick a screwdriver in there last time and chuck the thing straight out again. Now, in this mode, Brawl has quite a bit of posability. He's got joints in his shoulders that'll rotate round. They only go in and out slightly. The arms can go up and round as part of the transformation, and they bend at a ball joint in the elbow. There's no posability in the hands. They just sort of rotate round as part of the transformation. The hips sort of wiggle around a bit like this, moving this leg and the other leg's moving. Got a bend in the knee, rotates just below the top of the thigh, and the foot is obviously on this little flip joint that doesn't really do much to help for the posability. The real problem for Brawl is this cannon backpack. It's very, very heavy. Very, very, very heavy, and it's very hard to get Brawl to stand up with it. And obviously you can't take it off because it's part of his aesthetic, you know. Brawl has his cannons poking over his shoulders. Now I might have it mistransformed. I haven't transformed this guy for a very long time. I've only just disassembled Bruticus for the first time since getting him. But, you know, it's a decent figure for the Generations line. It's not the best in the series, I'll definitely say that much, but it's very cool looking. And I think because of the top heavy problem and the popping off head joint that you can spend bloomin' ages trying to fix back on, it does somewhat hinder this figure quite a lot, because especially if you want to have the Combaticon team just lined up, you know, with their guns out. So this is probably one of the worst in the series. For that, I'm going to have to give it a very average 5.5 on the Alsometer, because it won't stay standing up. It won't, and you've got to have it leaning forwards, and then that kind of ruins it, because then he starts falling forward. There's a very slight margin for error. There you go. See how long that took? And imagine if you just came back and he'd fallen over, because that can happen. Thank you very much for watching. This was WMT Reviews, and I was Wiseman Antonovsky. Have a very nice day.